for some of you guys to come on. Hi, good evening, everybody. I am getting the dishes done right now before morning, so that way I don't have to do it. So some days the dishes are done at night, so I don't like doing the dishes in the morning. I mean, I guess it depends. Um, so doing the dishes, you guys. Well, you guys have watched the video where Eric called out that very racist dude. Um, yeah, man, it's about time that people. This one glove feels weird on my hand. It's about time people are held accountable for their actions and the things that they do and the things they say, and think that's okay to say. I had someone once tell me, made the comment and said, yeah, people can't really be behaving that way these days because racism is taboo. Are you kidding me? Like, racism should have never been a thing. It's taboo these days. Racism is taboo these days, they said. Racism is taboo these days. These days. And that told me everything I needed to know about that particular person. But you guys, it is about time people are getting held accountable for their actions and the things that they're saying. Free speech, there is consequences to that. So I am very glad that Eric is speaking out about that and doing something about it. You know, it's funny. When we first started sharing on this channel about the racism that we've encountered, there were some comments where people were saying, oh, that doesn't exist. Racism doesn't exist. Racism has always existed. I don't know why people act so stupid sometimes. This whole country was built off of that. Racism has always been here. It's just getting exposed. And I know some of you guys don't believe in God, but we're doing the Lord's work. God said expose the darkness. Evil doesn't like light. So when you expose them, the devils, they start trembling, right? They don't like exposure. So when you expose their darkness and what they think is okay to do behind closed doors, devils, they tremble. They can't withhold themselves because they're exposing their evil. And we will keep exposing. We will keep talking about it. We will keep shining light on darkness, because that's one thing that darkness hates, is to be exposed. It's for light to shine on it. They tremble. So shout out to everybody doing the Lord's work. Shout out to everyone's doing the Lord's work and calling out these racists and making it be known. I think it's very important that people know who they're around and who they're dealing with. Honestly, oftentimes people think that it's revenge. It has nothing to do with revenge. It has everything to do with shining light on darkness. And for me, coming on here and speaking about what I have went through and my children and everything that we've went through, that was not a revenge thing. I can care less. I really don't. I honestly, I'm not even, I don't think about these people. It was a peace thing. It was to shine light on darkness. It was to help other people out there who are experiencing something similar, because it is very, very much so real. Yeah. So everyone who was saying racism doesn't exist. Oh, everything's about race. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure everything's about race. I'm sure you would say that, wouldn't you? Everything's about race. If you guys have not watched the full video with Eric exposing that racist dude, and imagine you guys, a lot of these people are in the military, Air Force, you name it, right? And they're supposedly supposed to be fighting for a country that they love so much. I will say this, not every person who is in the military is a hero. Let me say that again. Not every person who is in the military, who joins the military, is some hero. I'm going to say it again. Not every single person who is in the military or who joins the military is some kind of hero. So anyway, what I was saying was, if you guys have not seen that full video that Eric posted, go to his channel, Eric B. Stone, here on YouTube. Go watch the full video. It's when I was listening to this dude, Justin, trying to defend his racism and his actions. Yeah, I've experienced similar. All I kept thinking about was my own situation and how they would literally go around it and cover up and hide from the truth. You guys, you have to go watch that video. The dude was contradicting himself, and that's what racists will do. They will contradict, they would lie, they would claim that they are not racist when quite literally that is exactly who they are, and that is what they are being. But they would deny it to the core. How are you going to say racist things and then say you're not a racist? How can you say a white and black person are not supposed to be together, but you're not a racist? What do you call that? I don't know, y'all. What Trump said, he loves the poorly uneducated. And they love him right back. They love him right back. That they do. That they do. Anyway, y'all, I just came on here just rambling. I'm about to rinse these dishes, and I'm glad I got most of this done because, honey, I do not want to do dishes in the morning. But know that racism very much so exists. So for all the people who, when we were talking about all of this racism stuff, who were saying, oh, that's fake, oh, that didn't happen, oh, racism doesn't exist. All the videos that I've been posting are very new. Like, very new, like today and yesterday new, right? Even 2-3 years is still new. This is, you know, when you talk about racism, you talk about your lived experiences, people are like, oh, well, that was like doing slavery. That was like 100 years ago. Meanwhile, you got people who are living from slavery time or segregation, but they want you to believe that it was so long ago, and everything, you make everything about race. And that's why we're exposing it. Let's see if everything's about race, if we're making it all about race. It's being exposed now. Is racism just something that people are making up, or is this real? It's being filmed, it's being documented, it's being showcased, it's being exposed. No longer are people being silent about this stuff. Nobody has to take that. It's 2025. Are you kidding me? No one has to deal with hate. No one should have ever had to deal with hate. That should have never been a thing. It's unfortunate that something like that even occurred or even happened and got people in this mentality believing that they're solely better than the next because of their skin tone. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, they let Trump get in their head. They thought, oh, Trump's president. I can say and do whatever I want now. Oh, yeah, I bet. We're ready because we're going to expose you. Let's go ahead. Trump can't save you now. We will. It was a good thing, okay? Because then we know who we're dealing with. We know the type of people that we're dealing with. It's very, very important you know who you're around and the type of people that they are. Okay? Without saying any names. This person told me, and you guys can put two and two together. This person told me, my mother told me, and this is how scary this world is. My mother told me that I can hate you. They said this to me. To me. Put two and two together. My mother told me that I can hate you. This is how she raised us. She told me that I can hate you. Of course, you put two and two together, y'all. My mother told me that I can hate you, but just never let it show. Let me repeat that. The way that my mother raised us is for me to hate people, have all this hatred on the inside, but don't let it show. So basically be fake to people, knowing that you have nothing but animosity and hatred towards them, but never let it show. And they're like, and you never let it leave this room. It's between you and I. You never let this leave this room. I have no loyalty to racist people. Excuse me? You're telling me that you were taught to hate me? Wait, what? Like, is this person like logically okay? My mother told me to hate you, i.e. Okay? Just never let it leave this room. I can hate you, but just I should never let it show. I'm like, yo, people actually are treating or teaching. Wait, this is actually a thing, and this is parenting? What kind of life are we living, you guys? Let me tell you, if you don't believe in God, I'm going to tell you today, you better get on it. There are evil people in this world. Evil, demonic people. The devil is using people for evil. Okay? The Bible tells us that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood. The devil is using people for his work. He is using people. If you don't believe today, I want to encourage you to believe. Honey, you need to pray. The enemy is working and he is using human beings. He is using people. Pray. Because humans have evil hearts. Who teaches their children to be those kind of people? You can have hatred for people, but just never let it show. What my grandma used to say, black heart, white teeth. Let me say that one more time. My grandma used to say, black heart, white teeth. I get it now. I get it now. These people are very evil. Very manipulating. Man, there is so much that I could say. There is so much I could say. Very manipulating, just evil in their ways, evil in their behavior, just very demonic, just demonic stuff. It's been traumatizing, you guys. It has traumatized me. A lot of what I have went through with these people have quite literally traumatized me. There's so much I could say. It has traumatized me. So much. So much. And there are things in the works for that. They have traumatized me. And obviously when you traumatize people, it's not for the best, right? They have traumatized me to the core. What did you say? You said, I'm glad he's in there because he's waking the dumb ones up that voted for them. I tell people all the time, I'm only racist to people that are racist towards me. I ain't never been scared. Trust. And I personally, here's my thing. I wouldn't say that. You're not racist. Don't say that about yourself, because that is a pretty big word, right? Don't throw a word like that around. You are not a racist person. What you're saying is you're treating people equivalent to how they are treating you. That is not racism, okay? If somebody is being racist towards you, me personally, I wouldn't say go around and start saying a whole bunch of racist things towards them, because that doesn't solve anything. But you know what? Sometimes you have to play fire with fire, you know? I wouldn't go around saying racist things to them, but then again, I have other thoughts about that. I have opinions about that. Are you really being racist though? So you treat people equivalent to how they treat you. Let me tell you, try Jesus, don't try me. I love Jesus, okay? I'm 50%. Let me not go there. Let me tell you, try Jesus, don't try me. I love Jesus, but don't play with me. I'm not Jesus. I will go there with you. We will go there. Don't try me. Oftentimes people will try to use your faith. If you believe in God. Oh, a person who believes in God would never behave that way. They would be so forgiving. And God does not want us to live in agony, to have people mistreating us, manipulating us, being racist towards us. God wants us to, I was told growing up, and this is how we said it. God said, fight for yourself and I will fight for you. Okay? Fight for yourself and I will fight for you. There's also a saying that goes, faith without works is dead. Yes, I trust Jesus. Yes, I have faith, but I'm a work. You don't get to treat me however, and I'm supposed to just sit there and just take it, and they want you to be quiet. The more your abusers abuse you and you're quiet, the more they do it. The whole goal is to keep you silent. And I'm not going to be silent. Their whole goal is to be silent. I did that for so many years where I was quiet. They would say so many racist things to me, and I would just let it go. I was 19 at the time. When I met my husband, I was 19, so I let a lot of stuff just happen to me. I didn't quite understand a lot of it because I never seen stuff like that ever in my life before. And he was not the first Caucasian person that I've ever been with, but no one has ever behaved that way towards me. So I was taken off bad. I didn't know how to react. It wasn't until later I started putting two and two together, and I'm like, these people are racist. When you're African, this is something I wanted to touch base on. A lot of Africans, unfortunately, because of the way that we were raised and when we came here, we have this ideology. They basically put you against Black Americans. When you go to Africa, you come here, you got Black Americans in this boat. I'm going to say it. You got Black Americans in this boat. You got Africans in this boat. There's this ideology that Black Americans are the worst people, right? They're terrible. This is the ideology that they gave us Africans, because there's a difference between a person who is African, our way of life, and everything is a little different than people who were born in America. But you're being told that Black Americans are the bad people. They're terrible. They're this, they're that. I hate to say it, but some of the worst people that I have met have not been Black Americans. People are going to be people. You guys, we lived in a predominantly all-white area. Let me say it again. We lived in a predominantly all-white area. So who went into my car and stole my stuff? Who went into my car when there's predominantly white people that live in that neighborhood? Went in, stole my children's bag, stole my camera, stole a ton of things from me. Memories that I would never get back. They just snatched everything up. Predominantly white area. Was not a predominantly Black. Are y'all listening? A predominantly white area. People are going to be people. When folks are out here locking their car, making sure, you better lock your car from everybody, not just the Black Americans. Because everybody are going to be everybody. People are going to be who they want to be, and that has nothing to do with color. People are going to be who they want to be. So some of the people who have stolen from me, who have done the worst, unfortunately have been Caucasians. I hate to say that. When you go out and about, some of the nicest people are people who weren't born in America. Some of the nicest people are people who are not Caucasian. And don't get me wrong, obviously there's amazing, wonderful Caucasian people out there. Amazing, wonderful, tons of them. But to have this ideology that Black people are basically the devil, right? Black people are the horrible people, while they're saints. But then when you look back on history and what has happened in America, that doesn't add up. What has happened in America does not add up. The way this country was built does not add up. So who is truly the problem? Who is truly the devil? Who is truly the issue? And don't get me wrong, there's a ton of people out there who changed their ways. They are breaking generational curses. You got Eric B. You got tons of people out here killing it. Let me tell you, there are people out there killing it and saying, listen, all right? It ends with my generation. My mama may have been like that. Daddy may have been like that, but it ends with me. I will not continue to be a racist. I will not live in the ideologies that I grew up in. So there's tons of people rewiring their brain, changing, going away from that mindset and being better people because they realize my parents were messed up. My parents were real messed up. Like they're thinking the way they view life. There's this brother and sister. I don't know. They have a podcast. Their mom and dad are hardcore Trumpies. They love Trump. They're obviously very racist. So they made a podcast, and I love this for them. They made a podcast, and they basically, on this podcast, they challenged their mom and dad with hardcore facts. When people are not very educated and they don't broaden their horizon and their entire life is just, unfortunately, a lot of the people who were born here, they never leave America. Their entire existence is here, so they don't really see reality. They don't really see the real world. And I'm speaking from experience, by the way. A lot of the people who were born here, they don't really travel. They don't have the funds to travel. They don't have the means to travel. Their entire life is just here. So all of their ideologies is based off of what they see on TV or what other people tell them or what they see on the news. That's where they get their sources. That's where their reality comes from. They don't really know. They don't go out. They don't travel. They don't see the real world. They don't get to experience good, authentic people. They don't know. They don't know. They think, if you don't look like me, you're bad. You're a bad person. Only me, my way, and it's just my way. And if you don't look like me, you don't talk like me, you don't eat like me, your mannerisms aren't like me, listen, you're a bad, bad person. They don't know. Meanwhile, they go to our countries. We cater to them. We love on them. And I hope that other countries start to change things around. Like I was saying earlier, man, if you want to play with fire, let's play with fire. I hope countries start to change things around because when you come here, you don't get the same treatment. You don't get respected and you don't get, you don't get the respect that you deserve as just a human being. As just a human being, right? You don't get that basic human respect. They look down on you. Go back to where you came from. No, you go back to where you came from. You know where your ancestors came from. Some of them, it's so funny. My husband's last name, you guys, is more African than mine. Now, when I say my last name, everyone will automatically think that I'm African. His last name is so foreign. But then you got these folks thinking, I'm all American. Go do your history. Learn about yourself. Take pride in who you are. Your last name is more foreign than mine. Like, shouldn't that raise a red flag for you? I don't understand. Anyway, when I say the last name now, I constantly have to repeat myself. Now I feel how people felt when their last names are getting butchered. So yeah, like do your history. There's some white Americans where my last name is more American, if you will, easy to pronounce. Cooper, easy to pronounce. Anyway, guys, I think a lot of this is just, I think a lot of it is mixed with jealousy, of course, hatred. Hatred is taught. And I notice a lot of the people who are racist, you guys, are not educated white Americans. The ones who are racist are not educated. They don't really know much. They're just talking out of their tail because they've never left their towns. They've been there their entire lives. They don't know much about reality. But educated people who were born here, who actually get an education and understand the worldview and understand other human beings, been around other people who don't look like them, talk like them, see that there are really good, caring people out here. Some of the people who have helped my husband have not been white. Some of the people who have landed him, given him grace, and I've seen it firsthand over the years, were not white, mostly foreigners. He came into my family loved him, accept him, There's points where people are like, oh, John is so African now. You know what I mean? My family just embraced him and love him because that's how we are. We love people. We love people. We love all people. My family embraced him and loved on him. Didn't treat him any differently. That's how it's supposed to be. Didn't treat him any differently. Come the family functions, everybody put their arms around him. Everybody loves him. Everyone's talking to him. All my cousins, my little cousins, everyone embraced him and loved on him because we're all people. And that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. You don't treat people wrong. You don't treat people bad because of their skin tone, because of what they look like, because they talk different or the food they eat is different than yours. So before speaking, and that's why I share these videos, because there's a ton of people who say, you make everything about race. I don't make everything about race. Other people make everything about race, and I'm just exposing their evil ways. I make nothing about race. Racism was not even something that was on my mind until they said something and they were racist towards me. Who goes around just thinking about that? But these are lived experiences, and I have tons of stories. I need to do story times. I have tons of stories to tell you guys. Tons of them. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, and I got on a little tangent, but earlier what I was saying was, you know, when you're from Africa, they give you this ideology that Black Americans are these terrible people, and they put themselves on this pedestal. And us Africans would come here. I hate to say it. This is the reality. I hate to say it. But us Africans would come here with this idea that Black Americans are horrible. They're terrible. Because that is what was sold to us. That's the lie that was sold to us, right? And then we believe that white people are just angels and they're this. And I hate to say this, but most Africans, and I have to be honest, had I not experienced what I experienced, I would have probably never thought that racism existed neither. A lot of Africans do not believe in racism. A lot of Africans, because there's the ideology, is what we were sold. A lot of Africans do not believe in that. They don't know about that. And once upon a time, I was like that until I started experiencing it. A lot of Africans, you know, they have this mindset that Black Americans are these terrible, horrible people because that's the lie that they were sold. That's what they were told. You know, when I first came to this country, I kind of thought the same way because that's what they sold us. That's the lie that they told us, right? Until you're getting older and you're experiencing what I'm experiencing. People, these folks saying all sorts of racist stuff to me. And I'm like, hold up now, who's the real bad people? Who's the real problem here? You start looking into history books and you're educating yourself and you're like, come again? Wait, who's the problem here? I told somebody this once. I said I believe there is a fear that they think because of all of the years of evil that they've done to Black Americans, Black people, Africans, whatever, right? I feel like all the years that they've done them wrong, they feel like there's going to be a retaliation. And that's where that comes from, is a lot of projection. Black people are not what they claim that they are, because white people are bad, Black people are bad, Asian people are going to be people. But I think there's this fear, right? When they see a Black person, there's this fear that they're going to retaliate because they know their history. They know their history. They know how this country came about. And they have this fear that these folks might retaliate. We just out here living our life, doing our thing, minding our business. You got Black folks out here educating themselves, getting educated, living in their dream homes, buying their dream house. Take my sister, for instance, right? People out here doing a darn thing and living that life, and they can't stand it. It's like, leave people alone. You've been here your entire life. Why aren't you where you want to be? And then that's where they're stealing the jobs. They're taking the jobs. Okay. Well, they've been deporting a lot of people. You got the job yet? You got the job? But a lot of them thought that their skin color was going to save them. Purely being white will save me. The way that I look will save me. And then when they find themselves poor and they don't have the life that they should have, Then they start trying to shift blames and blaming other people. They blame people who came here looking for a better life, just like their ancestors did. They have to shift blames. They have to find someone to place the blame on because they're not living the life that they thought they would. Their skin color didn't save them in that sense where they thought it would. And that's why I made that post the other day that, you know, a lot of them will say, oh, white privilege doesn't exist. I struggle, I suffer, you know, I don't have a great life. And that has nothing to do with the fact that you're privileged. I've seen it firsthand, and I'm not going to say instances, but I've seen it firsthand. I've seen how certain people have been treated right in front of my face compared to what a black person was treated like. I've seen it firsthand. I don't talk without experience. I have seen it firsthand. So when we say white people got white privilege, I've seen it firsthand. It's not something that people are making up. Oh, this is just fake. I have seen it. We're paying attention here. We're watching what is going on. Nobody is just living life. I mean, maybe some people out here might be doing that, but some of us are analyzers. We pay attention to everything. We pay attention to details. We pay attention to human anatomy. We pay attention to what is happening around us. So what I have seen, what I have lived, 100% there is white privilege, whether we want to admit that or not. That's not saying that that's a good thing. That's not saying that one group is more superior. We're saying that the system made it that way. Nobody is better than their friend. Nobody is better than the next person. But the system tried or has made it that way, where you got these people thinking that they're more superior and they're better. They think that purely being a certain skin tone will get them the house, the car, the this. But it turns out that wasn't reality. It turns out that you actually still have to put in hard work to get what you want to get. Yes, your white privilege might save you in some instances, but it's not going to save you when it comes to hard work. You still got to put in the work. And that's not something that a lot of them are willing to do. They think they're purely being white will save them. Their skin color is not saving them. And they can't take that. So let's shift blames. That's right. And I think things have gotten better over the years. I would say things have gotten better over the years. I would say black people have been sticking together a lot more. We've been doing a lot better. I would say that things have gotten better over the years. Because for a while there, they were putting people against people. They were putting people against people. So, but do not try to argue with me about my experiences. You're not going to win because you can't beat experience. I don't say these things just to say it. I can give you guys exact dates, times, timestamps if you want it. When a lot of these things have happened, I've watched it. I've witnessed it. I am one of the few Africans who have seen racism firsthand in its core. A lot of us come here with the ideology. White people are great. They're amazing. And again, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of amazing white folks out here. A lot. I know a lot of them. But it's the uneducated, the ones who are stuck in their ways. And I'm not going to walk around on eggshells. Yeah, they told me that. I'm not going to walk around on eggshells for you. Well, you ain't got to walk around on eggshells to have basic human decency and basic respect and to love the next person like you love yourself. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to harm you to be a kind human being. And then I love them. Oh, you're mad about what I said. You should hear what we say at our workplace. I'm like, girl, what y'all be saying at your workplace? I should let her elaborate that day. The stories I got. And they be so bold with it, you guys. They be so bold with their racism. And then after saying all of that, after doing all of that, we're not racist. How dare you call us racist? Are you okay? Wait, what do you call that? Mental illness is real. I don't understand. I got a ton of stories, you guys, a ton. But anyway, I'm going to get off this live, you guys. I've been on here for a while. But do not ever tell me that, oh, they're just playing the race card. Oh, it's all about the race card. Racism doesn't exist. Well, we're going to keep exposing these videos and let's put it to the test. Let's see if racism actually doesn't exist and people are just playing the race card. Anyways, you guys, good night.